Hey, what's up, guys? Let's get straight into it. Let's do a quick deep dive into this fire topic that I think most of you could benefit from it, if not, probably all of you. And that is what my experience or what are my thoughts on alcohol consumption and recreational drug usage post PED recovery. And I could only speak to you guys about my personal experience in my unique situation, what I did and what the results were. So let's get straight into it. We could go back to that day where I had my major health scare. As most of you know, everything that happened, if you watched my previous content, I ended up in the ER. And at that point, I stopped everything cold turkey. This is exactly what medical advice was given to me. And so at that point, I wasn't taking anything. No over the counter meds, no supplements, fucking nothing. The paranoia was hitting like never before. I was on edge. I literally thought that any supplement, any medication would cause the worst fucking medical health illness, you name it. So I didn't touch shit. And it took me about like 7 months before I even touched alcohol or weed. I never did any other recreational drugs, right? And so I stayed completely clean off of everything for over half of a year. And it got to me one time where we actually traveled. I went with my wife's family to Italy. And after, I don't know, a 13-hour flight and 3-hour drive, we get to the hotel and it just hit me. I was completely stressed. I was fatigued. And it had already been 7 months that I had been in recovery. And I was just extremely frustrated. So I said, fuck it. Let me go ahead and have a couple glasses of wine. Well, it was amazing how I felt after that. I became numb. I was not constantly overthinking. I was not in a loop about my health, about what could go wrong. I was fully engaged in conversation. It hit me that I was halfway across the world in Europe, which was fucking amazing. And so, my whole point to this, guys, is that that is extremely dangerous. I now understand why guys in the depressive state or that have really bad anxiety that are going through recovery tend to get addicted to alcohol because it numbs you. It gets you out of the reality. You're no longer feeling the emotions that you need to feel during recovery so you could actually sulk in that rock bottom and understand how bad it feels. And that should motivate you to never, ever want to experience that shit again. If you keep drinking alcohol, it's only going to take you out of that reality and you're going to get hooked on it. And that's it. And so I took about maybe 2 month break after that. I didn't drink any alcohol up until my wedding. And then I drank again and same shit. Had a great time. I was no longer just focused on my health, how I was feeling, any headaches or just nothing. I was completely numb. It was amazing. It was a memorable night in a good positive way, but I caught myself and I stopped drinking right there and there. And so now, like 16 months post PEDs, yeah, I'll have a beer or two. I'll have a couple of shots in the weekend if it's been, a long week or just to wind down, stuff like that. But I completely caught myself. Guys, you need to be extremely, extremely careful. Extremely careful. And it really helped that my partner, my wife, she would call me out on stuff like that too. And she'd tell me, hey, I'm very concerned that you're starting to drink some more. And I explained to her like what was going on, and she helped me actually catch myself. So it's very important, guys, to have someone in your group that actually really gives a shit about you, that's going to be there for you as a support system. Now, with recreational drug usage, I never took anything or did anything other than smoking weed. About, I'd say 8 months, 9 months post cold turkey is when I started hitting a couple joints here and there. I'd say maybe once or twice in the month. And this was against my medical advice, of course. And I was expecting myself to spiral out of control, have these intrusive thoughts, or just go into full-blown panic and paranoia, because that's what they were telling me. But to my surprise, it actually calmed me down. I was able to just zone out and actually focus on doing mental work and doing some type of meditation. It really helped with that. It really helped with sleep as well. But again, guys, I did not let that turn into a crutch. So my whole point in this entire video, if you could get anything out of this video, is that yes, alcohol and these drugs definitely work. I know, I've experienced it, but you have to be extremely careful. You cannot allow them to become your crutches, because at that point, then you end up fucking yourself all over again. And then what? Now you stop steroids, SARMs, PEDs, whatever, but then you have to focus on getting recovery from alcohol, getting recovery from weed, getting recovery from mushrooms, psychedelics, whatever it is that you fucking do. I don't know. My final verdict is you have to give yourself ample time, 6 to 8 months minimum of full natural recalibration. You have to have faith in your own body to recover. Let it do its fucking thing. Don't just immediately look for something else that you can take that's going to make you feel temporarily better. That is a straight up bitch move. This is something that you have to go through to become a fucking man. You put yourself in this situation, now you could get yourself out, but give your body an opportunity to show you what it can do. You're going to be surprised at the end. Trust me, it does get easier with time. So don't get discouraged and don't start looking for other drugs that you need or you think that you need. Just trust the fucking process, man.